Hello, so today I will be vlogging on the business of food course. So first, just what I learned and experienced within the course. I really learned about the Italian food system. I really had no knowledge coming to Florence or even coming to Italy what the food system was like there. And I think throughout the course, from the places we went and the people we met, I really learned about the food system, being that they're more about local sourcing from local farmers and the area, and also seasonality. So just even going into the grocery store, they only had products and foods that were in season. And what I really liked is talking to Fanny from Shake Cafe, I loved Shake Cafe when I was abroad. It was, I thought, a great healthy option, but she really talked to us about how important it is to stay local and source things that are in season and from local farmers due to sustainability reasons. And that was another great thing I learned more in the course, is the Italian way of sustainability, and I think it's definitely something that the US and other countries could definitely emulate. Another great thing that I experienced was Fungi Espresso, so being an alternative food system was really awesome. I had never been or seen anything like that, and it was a really great experience that I don't think I would have gotten anywhere else. And I loved going there and seeing how they can use waste from coffee grounds and make them into mushrooms, things that people will eat. And I just thought that field trip was awesome to see how alternative food systems are being implemented into our world today. And then finally, another great experience and another great learning about the Italian food system was Italy. I've been to the one in New York, but I never really knew how they operated their business, so it was awesome going there and just seeing how they source their food and what their values are about, and just really using the local food available in Tuscany and just within Italy. So here's a picture of Conad that I took. Missing it a lot right now, even though it would have been our last week of class. I would so rather be grocery shopping there. And then there's a picture from Fungi Espresso. And then the next is some cultural adaptations that I realized in Florence. So just going to the grocery store only when needed, whereas here at home you go to the grocery store kind of whenever, and you would go and just stock up on a bunch of things. Whereas I found myself in Florence, I would go and get stuff that I really needed, or I'd be going more times in a week than I would here at home, because I would realize, oh, I need something, let me just stop there. So that was definitely an aspect of the culture that I had to get used to. Adapting to certain products and brands I had in Florence. So there were certain things, for example, like Oreos that they obviously had, or like Pringles that they had, but then there were other things, like I love Dannon yogurt here at home. Unfortunately, they didn't have that, so I had to adapt to whatever brand Conad had, which ended up being totally fine. I liked it just the same. And then another thing is healthy options. As great as the food is in Tuscany, and more specifically in Florence, it was hard being a student there and eating that food all the time, and I noticed adapting to the culture within food was great, but I also wanted healthier food, such as Shake Cafe. I got really into that, but I did realize finding healthier options there in Florence was a little bit harder. And so there's Shake Cafe, and then there's the yogurt, like I mentioned. That's a different brand, but it was still just as good, and it was something I did have to get used to. And then food value changes. I definitely value local and seasonal more, and that would definitely be something that I learned in this course, along with value more supply chains of food. So we did talk a lot about supply chains of the food we eat, and specifically in Italy, and it definitely makes me think more about it now, of where my food is coming from, how it is getting to me, and just sourcing and buying foods more locally. And then lastly, here's just a few pictures of food that I took while I was abroad. I loved taking this class because I really had no knowledge of the food industry, and I think I really learned a lot from supply chain to the food system in Italy, sustainability efforts, and I really enjoyed learning about that and think that I could implement it in my own life now here in New Jersey. But overall, I really did like this course. Thank you.